She's a doctor who hasn't passed divorce. She can't practice. I'm the breadwinner. We got a baby, and I have quit my job, thinking I'm going to Wall Street. Things got tough at home. I still had one shot to be in the business that I wanted to be in, but before I can play it all the way out, I still got to take care of my family, which means I did everything legal that I could to take care of my family and pursue my dream. I cut grass, hauled rubbish, cleaned basements. I learned roofing, I learned painting. I did everything that I could to take care of my family and still pursue my dream. Things are tough at home, had a situation come up, probably never happened to anybody in this room but me. Had one of those arguments with my ex about nothing that only ended because we both fell asleep. We woke up in the morning, everybody's feet hit the floor. Guess what? We went at it again. The neighbors have heard enough of this. They don't know what's happened, what might happen, what could happen. They call the police. The police come, they want to make sure everything's fine. Take her over here, calm her down, talk to her. Take me outside, calm me down, talk to me. And then one of my friendly Berkeley police officers, just doing his job, says, "You mind if I search your car?" "No, sir, go right ahead." Searching the car, nothing. Then again, just doing his job, says, "Well, let me just run this license plate through a computer." That was it. With interest and penalties, I had accumulated $1,200 in unpaid parking tickets trying to interview in downtown San Francisco the previous year. Double parking, illegal parking, late to feed a meter. An honest question could be, you knew you had the tickets, why didn't you pay them? Well, you know what? The position that I was now in, having to cut grass to put food on the table, every dollar that came in the door, I had to make a decision. I could pay the tickets or I could pay the rent. I did probably what every man in this room would have done. I paid the rent. I was taken to jail. First, last, only time in my life arrested and taken to jail on parking tickets. Put in a jail cell with a murderer, a rapist, and an arsonist. And I'm in here on parking tickets. Remember that old movie with Gene Wilder and Richard Pryor, Stir Crazy? Remember that scene when they went to jail? Man, I'm glad I saw it. That was my only point of reference. The first thing you learn in jail, first thing I learned, everybody's got to tell their little jailhouse story, well, why you went here. The first thing that I learned, according to the inmates, nobody did it. It's all a setup or circumstantial evidence. They asked me, well, why are you in here? And I told them, I'm in here for attempted murder, and I will try it again. I wasn't going to say I'm in here on no parking ticket. It's like a chain of command had to get established. And to show you how a bad day can get worse, all of this happens on a Friday. Now somebody in here knows what that means. Ain't no court until Monday. And we can't hold you in this friendly little downtown Berkeley jail. We need this for our regular weekend customers. I was sent to a place called Santa Rita State Penitentiary, where the most notorious inmate had chopped 23 people to death with an axe. And I'm up here on parking tickets. 10 days. And I'm going to say this because I know somebody's sitting out there thinking about it. You know what? If y'all got some parking tickets, you need to get up and walk out of here. I know you're thinking about it. 10 days. And the hardest part of this whole ordeal, this is the first time I've ever been away from my son. I was the first thing that boy saw when he came in the world. I was the first thing he saw every morning, the last thing he saw every night, his first year on the planet. This is the first time we'd ever been apart. And all I could think about for 10 days, does my son know I didn't leave him like my father left me? Does my son know I can't be there because of these circumstances? What's my ex say when my little boy looks at her and says, "Where's Papa?" That's all I could think about for 10 days. It was making me crazy. But I had one more pressing issue. The last interview that I had to ace before I could get into this business, the business I wanted to be in, the last interview that I absolutely had to ace is set up the day before I'm to be released from prison. And something happened. And nothing will ever convince me it was anything other than the hand of God. There was a prison guard and there was a telephone. And I said to that guard, "I've been pursuing a dream for a year. I got a chance to work in one of the finest firms in the industry. I need to reschedule this one appointment. Will you please let me make this one phone call?" Now, I had gotten my one constitutional call 10 days earlier. Excuse me. Not a second hesitation, the guy dials the number and hands me the handset behind the bars. The conversation is brief and to the point. "Mr. Costello, hey, it's Chris Gardner. Something has come up. Can I reschedule my appointment?" "Fine, done. Set it up 6:30 in the morning, day after tomorrow. Release from prison, interest and penalties forgiven." And then I did something. You ever know something in your gut nobody had to tell you? I went to the place we used to call home, Berkeley, California, and I looked through the window, and I knew they were gone. This woman took everything but the dust. But most importantly, she took my little boy. I still went on that job interview. Now in the film, you saw Will Smith show up wearing blue jeans with paint all over him. I wasn't just wearing blue jeans, I was wearing bell-bottom blue jeans. I was wearing bell-bottom blue jeans and a members-only jacket. I was the last member, I had a red one. And I show up at Mr. Costello's front door and he says exactly what I would have said to anybody who shows up at my front door at 6:30 in the morning dressed like that. "Delivery's in the rear." I would have said the same thing, but I come right back at him and I explain, "Mr. Costello, I'm Chris Gardner. Today's the biggest day of my business career. I must admit I'm underdressed for the occasion." "Yeah, you got that right." What happened? I could not think of a lie bizarre enough. I told the truth. It was the best thing I could have done. Turns out the man I'm talking to knew where I had been. Turns out the man I'm talking to had been married and divorced 3 times. He started telling me stories about his ex-wives. And that second one, I don't know why he ever got married again. And out of nowhere he says, "You'll be here tomorrow morning, I will personally walk into the trading room." Beautiful, I'm getting my shot, I'm hired. My base salary, $1,000 a month gross. I'm moving to a boarding house, Oakland, California, all I can afford, 3 meals a day in a room. My days as a trainee were the same as they are for anyone who ever started on the bottom of Wall Street or in any major sales organization. You do the one thing that no one else wants to do, and everyone thinks is beneath them, which is what? Cold call. Turn myself into a cold call machine 200 times a day with a rotary dial phone. I don't know if you guys in the back can see this, but in the front, see how this one finger is cocked out? That's my calling finger, 200 times a day. And at night, the pain. Well, let's see my son. How much longer is this going to go on? My ex and I were in that unfortunate space where unfortunately sometimes both of the adults start acting like children. And one parent feels like if the only way I can hurt you is to hit you over the head with the baby, I'll do it. My ex also began a little campaign of what I can now call emotional terrorism. Called me on the phone and let me hear my little boy scream and cry